evening, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite talk show, SKP. I'm your host, Stephen Alexander.
And I am your host, Corinne Harris.
Unfortunately, today is our season finale. We're being extra right now.
Please do not be sad because we will be back for season 2 in February. And for our season finale, you know we must end with a blast, so you're in for a good treat.
In today's episode, we have Real Talk here with us to talk about their show and to give us the sweet tea about sports. Corinne and I will also talk about the good times we have had on our first season and how we balance being producers, going to school full time, and how we cope with our personal lives.
So relax, sip your Coke or your Sprite or whatever you like because it's our season finale.
That's right, you watching SKP, baby.
We'll be right back.
We're back. As you all know, this was our first season. And it's been great. Like, it's been a great season.
And we need to let them know that this is not our last season.
It's not.
It's many more seasons to come.
That's right. So y'all stay tuned, y'all. I know some of y'all watching, so they say last season, their last episode, we ain't gonna watch them no more. No, you stay tuned with us.
We're taking a break.
That's right.
Because we're getting ready to get out of school. So we'll be back in February.
And I just want to talk about what we've learned so far in our journey of this show. I mean, we've become more equipped in our business acumen. I feel like we've been able to grow, and just be different people. You know what I mean? Because college in itself is just a different experience. So I think it's been great for us just to, get that experience. What about you? What do you think?
I can honestly say it was truly amazing to come in. Well, this was like my first year here at Austin Peay. And to come in, I already have a show. And it's like now, we're like brothers or sisters. However you want to call it. We talk every day. And it has grown like a relationship with some of the people in the communication department, from people working the cameras or doing audio or teleprompter, or even building like a relationship with like some of the professors here.
You're right. And I think we've like grown a lot in common too. Like, we've got to know each other and realize how much things we have in common. And, as far as talking about the things we went through, this entire season, we've been through so much, and then bringing you guys entertainment, we still try to do that because it's what we like to do, so.
Exactly. You never know what a person's going through, but this show give us it's just interesting to come in because, you had the passing of your uncle not too long ago.
I did.
And we want to dedicate this show to Uncle Wallace.
Yeah.
He always gave us good advice, about our show. He watched our show all the time.
He did. He watched our show nonstop. He was so excited just to see the ability that we had, the love that we had for our work ethic. And, I truly miss him because, he's been a dad to me all my life. Uncle Wallace has been a dad to me. So it's kind of hard for me to talk about it right now, but I do miss him, and I'm going to miss him just because he was such a great person in my life.
And it's just like, even though I may not have met him, but it's just like, the things that you'll talk about, he talked, or the faith that he kept, and it's just like, I think I'm about to get emotional up here, but you have to know who, you got to know who he is. And it's just like, even though you may not met him, but like some of the stories that you would hear about a person who had strong faith, or, someone who encouraged you, because you have so many people in your family who don't encourage you to do the best, or, if you're happy about something, he's right there with you. He's not saying you shouldn't be doing it, or, he's not just listening to be listening. He's listening to give you advice and to teach you things and giving us ideas for our show.
And, I think about him now because, see, we live on a farm, so I'm used to hearing, the cows and all the different animals outside, and his four-wheeler, his tractor, his truck, and stuff like that. But, it's kind of hard getting used to not hearing that. And trying to cry.
If you cry,
I'm trying not to cry. Like, it's just hard for me to get used to that. And the fact that Christmas is here, almost here, and he's not with me. But, like you said, I'm going to be okay. I'm gonna be okay.
But one thing, you remember what I told you, don't think about death. Don't think that he's gone, because I'm telling you, he's going to come talk to you in your dreams. And, you know, think about that banana pudding that he always make. You know, maybe I have to make you some banana pudding. It may not be like, it may not be, you know, how his made, but, you know, I never made it before, so you probably won't even.
Let me tell you, he made some of the best banana pudding. Like every Independence Day, the 4th of July, we would celebrate at his house. And we always look forward to that banana pudding. Some people didn't like banana pudding, but when they tried his banana pudding, they was in love with it.
Yeah, everybody can't make it. It'd
Everybody
be soggy,
be all soggy and runny.
Oof.
Uncle Wallace didn't do that. He knew how to make it right.
And that's why we want to dedicate this episode to our one and only, one of our favorite uncles,
Uncle Wallace. So so we're gonna move away from Uncle Wallace. I start crying. So what are your favorite moments on this show?
You know, I had so many favorite moments, but I would never forget our first episode. You remember when I was just so nervous, you know, coming on, and then I would never forget they had that TV on, and I just kept looking at it. You know, it's so hard to not look at yourself when you're on. Like, it's like you could just see yourself right up there. And you know how you kept saying, "Don't be nervous, don't be nervous, don't think about it, just do it." Because when you think about it, I ain't gonna say what you usually say.
Now don't put me out there like that.
Like,
I didn't say nothing too bad, did I?
No, you just use some profanity sometimes. I'm
I
sorry.
probably did.
Yeah, you probably did.
did.
But you know, don't think about it. Just do it. But you know, that's just how you talk. It's okay, but we're working on that. We've been praying on it, and Steven is going to be a changed man for season 2, you guys. His whole attitude is just going to be changed. He's a work in progress.
I am a work in progress.
God bless your
and
heart
this,
and your
this young
soul.
lady is too. She's a work in progress, and together, you know, I think it's been great. Like I said, like we've got to know each other so much on this show.
And it's also preparing us for what we actually want to do when we graduate.
is.
Because, you know, I never thought coming to here, you know, I always not want to do my own talk show, but I never thought, you know, when I come to college, you know, have our own talk show. You know, I'm thinking about when I graduate, maybe I go intern somewhere or work my way up to my own talk show. But you know what? This is actually giving us the experience we need to have our own talk show.
And then, like you said last night, the platforms. Talk about the platforms that this show can potentially bring. You know, everything, all the shows here in the communication department, like we all work really, really hard here. So here, like this, what we do here is the big determination of what we will do when we graduate.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts on the platforms that our shows bring here in the communications
Oh,
department?
you got to think about, you know, when you have your own talk show, say if something like happens like with the camera, one person show up and they don't know how to do the camera. If you got someone new, you know, it's being able to teach someone how to do the camera, or being able to teach someone, you know, how to work the teleprompter or the audio, or being able to have confidence when you're interviewing someone on the show.
Right.
And, you know, most importantly, being able to ad lib, because sometimes you got to be able to think on your
Yeah,
feet.
you do.
And
you do.
you know, we're doing good at that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes some of the questions we ask, it's not even on our script.
Right, right.
We just go with it.
Right. Well, it looks like we have to take a quick break. I'm sorry, guys. But stay with us. We're in for a good show. And when we come back, we'll talk more about our experience being on our show. So you're watching SKP. Stay tuned. So, Corinne, we have had a very interesting season.
We have.
So, tell me how the show has impacted you. Tell me more in depth how it has.
So one way is, you know, how we bring in different people on campus and interviewing them with the different organizations they are in. Because I can also say sometimes, like when you start off at university or any college or any school, you don't know what it has to offer.
You don't.
So being able to provide some of those content for students or anyone who watch our shows or who may want to go to Austin Peay, they can see that Austin Peay has this to offer. Because, you know, I knew that we had Greek life here, but I didn't know, you know, how many fraternities or what sororities we have. So, you know, bringing them on the show, it helps. And talk about, you know, the career services. You know, at my last school, you know, when you need someone to go over your resume, you took it to the writing center. You didn't have that. You could take it to the career sources. We didn't have human resources if you were looking for a job. So, you know, bringing some of those people on campus, bringing them onto the show, or even bringing some of those on to the show for next season, it will help also.
It will.
So it actually was like a personal level to me because, you know, I didn't know a lot of information about what the campus has to offer. So having them on the show helped me, and I know it helped other students who probably needed that information.
And what about you as far as time management? Because I know you all about that time management.
I can honestly say
she stay on me like I am her son. Sometimes I'm like, cause some.
Oh yeah, I did have to tell you to buy a calendar. Or no, a planner, a planner too.
I had one, but I hadn't used it that much this year. I really haven't. I was like, I'm just gonna go off the top of my head, but I hadn't used it that much.
Yeah, so it's like we actually help each other too, because time management, you know, working with the show is just like, we gotta have this script in by this time. You know, I need to make my schedule for this, or I need to change my availability for work to this. And it's just time management, it helps out a lot because, you know, if we do this show every Thursday, it's, you know, after the show, am I gonna do my homework? Am I gonna take a nap? Or am I gonna do homework before? Or what about you?
Right. Well, this show has impacted me internally because, like, I've realized that this show is, like I said earlier, it's a platform for so many great things. So many great things. Yes, we are in college. Yes, this is a college show. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that we're not going to be successful. And that's because, you know, sometimes people will say, well, you know, you guys are a college show, or, you know, people diminish your accomplishment. It's not about that. And I've learned that there are going to be people who support you and people who are going to try to diminish your accomplishments. But through it all, you know what you have, you know what you bring to the table, you know what you contribute to. So all that stuff that people say, it does not matter. You know, it doesn't matter at all. So this show has kind of helped me realize that, you know, just be you and do your business.
Exactly, because this show is going to help us, you know, when we graduate and we go and look for a job, you know, and probably to the news field, or, you know, we want to work at a talk show, you know, we're going to have our reel together with all our videos and accomplishments we have done.
Right.
So for some people, you know, who are into this major, it won't be a good idea for them to do something like this.
Right.
Because when you graduate, you got to have something to show your work. You just can't take this piece of paper, well, this is what I've done. No, they want to see videos or some kind of action. What have you done?
Right.
And they could just watch us on YouTube now.
They can. Y'all can watch us on YouTube now, like you said. And another thing I want to talk about is the ability to make connections. This show has like allowed us to make some serious connections and get to learn different people on the campus. Because, you know, there's so many different organizations and so many different people on the campus. And sometimes you don't know what they are doing or what they're entailed into doing. So it gives you a way of like looking into their lives. And it's like, oh, they do this and we do this here. And, you know, like we tell the guests and we tell anybody, y'all watching too, if you know someone that's doing something on campus, like let us know, reach out to us, because we'll be glad to have them on the show. Yeah. Because this is what our show is about.
Or if anything's coming up about your show, you know, we can always mention it also. We had, there was this one person who was like, I see y'all on NBC. I said, well, not yet, but you probably will. Trying to boost my head or something like NBC. But you know what? You can see us on YouTube, and who knows, maybe NBC or somebody.
And one of our favorite, we got to play some videos of our favorite moments. So take a look at this, especially my favorite one was the one we talk about relationship advice.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite one. Hopefully we didn't, you know, push anybody buttons or step on any toes, but tune into this video.
Is there a difference between a significant other and a soulmate?
It really is.
I believe it is too, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
A significant other, anyone can have that. I can go get one right now. I mean, so anyone
just gonna go
can
outside
have that.
and just find
I can go pick up one.
Oh, just gonna go pick them up
Hey,
just
girl,
like that.
no, like seriously, a significant other, anyone can have that. But a soulmate, only a few people have that. And what the difference is, a significant other, you know, that's your boyfriend, or you got a girlfriend, or whatever you got, you know, going on. But a significant other is that person that's there for you no matter what. It's more than just a girlfriend and boyfriend title. It's, you know, I'm here for you in the dark times when you need me and I'm low, you know, and you need someone to cheer me up. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? But that significant other, they're just there. It's like a title.
Exactly.
That's the way I think of it. But a soulmate is there to complete.
Everybody can't afford like certain things. You don't have to spend $500 like on an outfit, you know, to be able to dress nice. Cause I shop at bargain stores. I got the scarf from Goodwill, the jacket from Goodwill, even my leather boots from Goodwill, and you know, it was a good price and it's new. You can always go to the bargain stores or you know, use coupons. I use Retail Me Not when I'm going to JCPenney. See if they got a 10 off 25. Now some stores don't have coupons, but you know. You always have to bargain.
Yeah, and like you said, with the clothing, I found a lot of people feel that they are confident based off of what they have on. Like you said, you have Versace. I love Versace. I love Dior. I love all those great things. But I don't have to wear that all the time.
Yeah, to make sure like you have confidence in yourself, because my clothes don't define who I am.
Because at the end of the day, when you die, you can't take those clothes with you. So why are you worried about the clothes? So I feel like those videos, like, it reaches all walks of life because it shows that the importance of, I guess, knowing who you are as an adult and as a person, as a college student, all those great things, you know? What do you think about those videos?
You know, it actually kind of helped. I personally think we probably did step on some toes when we talk about relationship, but it's like we're just being real because, you know, everyone needs to know if you have a significant other or a soulmate, and you need to know, be able to recognize the sign if you're in an abusive or, you know, control a relationship because some people it's so easy for them to recognize the problems of someone else's relationship, but they can't recognize the problems of their own.
Oh,
I just had to say it. I had to.
Look, you causing more issues. Look at you.
I'm trying.
Why would you do that?
It's the truth. It's all you always got some people who trying to tell you what to do, but I'm like, look at yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, we want people to be able to, you know, just understand your relationship and fix some of those problems because, you know, I actually do know some people who are in control of relationships. You know, I did talk about, you know, some people want to know the what was it, the passwords to your bank account.
Yeah, you did talk about that. Passwords
that wasn't
to your bank
me
account.
though. That wasn't me. Let me clear that up.
Well, I found a lot of people were excited about that segment because it showed the truth. Like it spoke on so many great things that people are going through, and it was just real and honest. And I must clarify, I meant to say in that episode, I meant to say significant other versus soulmate for the last portion of what I was saying. I got so wrapped up into what I was trying to say, you know, I messed it up.
Yeah, it always happens. It always happens. So what did you want to say?
I just wanted to say, like, make sure when you have a significant other versus a soulmate, you know the difference between both of them. Because like I said before, a significant other, anyone can find that. You can go to the mall, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Sears, you can go to Kroger. I may find that
at McDonald's.
You might go to McDonald's.
When I go get my free meal.
You might. You never know.
But I don't want to. I don't want
You don't
anybody.
want anything from McDonald's. But for a soulmate, like, you just have to be ready for that. You don't know what God has in store for you as far as the soulmate.
And you know, make sure you cherish your soulmate, you know, because I was reading some on Facebook. It was about Mr. Wrong and Mr. Right. She had Mr. Right, but she fell in love with Mr. Wrong. But it's just like, I ain't gonna go into much details because when it was like a good story, you know, sometimes people, they could be dating good people, but they end up falling off, you know, with the wrong person. And then it's just like, you know, you lose that good person and you never ever find another one like that.
You don't.
Because I'm gonna tell you, y'all will never ever find another person like me. I'm just gonna be honest. What you think?
Don't pay her no attention.
Oh, well, I can't.
We gotta go
to
commercial anyway.
Okay. So we have to go to a quick commercial, but ladies and gentlemen, you'll see a 2-minute preview of Real Talk in Action. So stay tuned because you're watching your favorite talk show, SKP.
My takeaways from the game, personally, a lot of people were kind of panicking, like, man.
I was panicking.
I was.
You wasn't panicking? What are you talking about in the fourth quarter? I
bro,
can't.
hold
The
on.
type of game we playing against
Hold
Cleveland,
on.
I can't relax.
You can't relax when you're
Overtime
tied. When
with
you're
Cleveland?
going into overtime against
I can't
Cleveland.
relax.
It's not panic mode, bro.
Panic
no,
mode?
during, I'm saying after the game.
Oh, after the game.
Because people,
no, but
people are like freaking out saying the Titans are mediocre, they're this and that, and relax. Just take a chill pill. Take a chill pill,
I
bro.
can't.
Look at this.
Okay, talk to me.
We're going into the bye week.
Okay.
Look at the standings in the AFC South. Still up for grabs. We're talking about the same Titans team who put up plenty of points on Oakland, Jacksonville. We can compete with anybody.
But when it comes to the little team, how do we do?
I mean, it's one game. It happens. It happens.
They've been putting up at every opportunity so far on the season. And with getting the upset over UT Martin, getting the huge win over Morehead State, I've never seen a more confident football team.
It's just a whole new identity. They finally got together and they're executing everything that their coach is teaching them.
Right.
I seen glimpses of, against TSU last year.
Yeah.
We put up, 35 points against them? That's amazing. Like, with a quarterback in a system like that, that shows that our offense is already capable. We just had to get the defensive pieces and let everybody, find a position and get comfortable in a position to work with it. And have to remember, you guys are teammates, family. You guys, help each other out no matter what.
Right.
At that point, something that they were missing is just like they did against TSU this year. They had to learn how to finish a game.
Yep.
They had the game won and they ended up losing it in the closing seconds of the game.
Yeah.
But this year is a different story, and that's definitely a nice turnaround and a big improvement. So
We're proud of you guys.
Welcome back. As you know, you can see we have with us the sports show Real Talk. We have Terrence Valentine, Aaron King, and Bobby Horton.
So welcome, guys. We're glad to have you today. So give the viewers a little background of who you are by telling them your majors.
Well, I'm Aaron King, and I'm a sports broadcasting major here at Austin Peay State University. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So why is it fun for you?
Well, I've gotten the big opportunity to be able to be in front of the camera, so this is pretty comfortable for me.
All right
And
now.
you're a good friend of mine. so-
Yeah. We
Hey,
go
what
way
about
back.
me?
Well, you're a new friend of mine.
Okay, yeah, say that. Okay. I like that better.
But it's given me the opportunity to be in front of the camera and to get comfortable with myself in front of the camera, as well as, like you guys said, get your almost like a demo reel together.
Yeah,
So
it
it's a
is.
place where I can get that, and not a lot of places offer that.
And Aaron always be on camera. He'd be all suited up and everything.
All right
for the
now,
sports.
we need to get out there with you.
Come on.
So
We're
what?
always
Prep
looking
me
for
up.
people.
So what about you guys?
Y'all pretty much, I'm Bobby Horton. I'm a sports broadcasting major. Broadcasting is pretty much fun to me. I love, I'm the main camera guy here. Not trying to brag on the other camera ops, but they do their job, do good and all that. But I'm known as one of the camera guys. I know you guys pretty well.
Yeah.
And I consider y'all as my friends, of course.
Soon
and
to be best friends. We all are.
she said, yeah. But that's a little about me. I'm kind of laid back, outgoing person, but I love my job though.
Let me ask you this: so with the camera, anything go wrong, they call on you, or when they come in to checking in the cameras, they got to go through you?
No. I'm not that far advanced like that. But when it comes to like problem, I'm mainly like the main shot. If somebody mess up, they always call on me to have at least something on the screen, especially if somebody is new that comes to it.
That's a pretty good title.
So what about you? They got some big personalities on this side.
let's see what
They
you got.
look, they look conceited over here. What's going on?
They always say the best for last.
Wow.
Shade.
This show we should call it Shade,
I guess that's
SKP.
why they call it Real Talk.
I'm Terrence Valentine. I'm also a sports broadcasting major. And the reason I like broadcasting is because growing up, I was an athlete. I played football, basketball, ran track, baseball, pretty much. I did soccer. I played a lot of sports, and once I got to college, I decided to stop playing. But the thing with broadcasting is I might not always be able to play, but as long as I have the ability to speak, I can always talk about sports. So that's why I decided to do broadcasting.
See, I started to do sports broadcast, but I didn't know a lot about sports. So I need to know a lot about what it got to do with football, basketball, because I go to the games, but I don't know what's going on.
So my question to you guys is, what is the purpose of Real Talk? Like, what's the purpose of it?
Well, we started it as just kind of a fun thing to do. It never really started as anything to let's just see if we can get it out there. It's just started as something we wanted to do because it sounded fun, and it kind of blew up. Basically, we just talk about We talk about Austin Peay sports. Like this year, we started this year. We're only about 8 episodes in, but it's talking about Austin Peay sports for the first 30 minutes, and then we'll go the next 30 minutes and talk about professional sports and news throughout the sporting world and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. We didn't expect it to get as far as it's come.
It's a great show. It really is, because I think it's amazing because you watch ESPN and you see the guys on the panel talking about sports and stuff like that. But it's very unique how you guys have a talk show inside of a radio.
Yes, because you don't see that. I'm so used to seeing them like up here like us, probably talking about sports. So what inspired y'all to do it in a radio station?
Well, what really inspired me was shows like Mike and Mike in the Morning. I don't know if you've ever heard of that show. It's a very popular simulcast show that basically does the same thing. And I'm starting to see a lot of other simulcast shows come up, on the rise. And it just gives a different feel to the show. It's a lot more relaxed. It's more of an inside look, behind the scenes kind of deal. And you play it like a radio show while cameras are in the room. So it's just a different feel for the show, and I think it really brings out a lot of good personalities. Like, I didn't know this guy over here was really good in front of a camera until I put him in front of a camera, and he's one of the funniest guys on set. So, and Emmett, unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. He's also our third member. Terrence has been a guest on our show, but Emmett's one of our original members, and he's also hilarious as well. He's come out of his shell because of the show, so it's really done a lot for all of us.
Well, I was just gonna say, Emmett, we haven't forgot about you. Y'all be back next season. Y'all be back.
So let me ask you this question. So what else do y'all do outside of Real Talk? So what all games do you go and record? We want to hear about the games.
Yeah.
Well, because we're sports broadcasting majors, we actually have to work the games. And the good thing about Austin Peay is I believe we're one of only 3 schools in the country where the games are student worked.
Wow.
So that means
that's awesome.
everything that you see on TV for the football and basketball games are ran by the students. So that's the replay, technical directing, cameras, everything that you can think of that goes on for a broadcaster, we take care of it.
And I know Dr. Barry Gresham, like, he works well with you guys. Like, he wants you guys to do the best that you could possibly do.
Oh, man.
So it shows in what you guys, what you guys do as sport broadcasters,
So how do you get involved? Oh, go ahead, Sue.
Big shout outs to Barry Gresham. He just throws us out like in the water, no life jacket. Like, you mess up, it's okay. You got the next game to do. We're gonna put you at the same positions. When I first started, a lot of people think that I started as cameraman. No, my first game was double overtime, and I was the audio guy. Didn't know nothing about the camera, didn't know how to set it up, didn't know what pan and tilt meant. And then sooner or later he put me up there, and then I started advancing from that. Started loving my job even more. Hey, look at me, Mr. High and Tight. That's what they call me. So.
That's a lot of experience that they get in.
He was like, because I know if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be sitting here either, because he gave me a chance to work on the sports shows. That's how me and Aaron got to know each other, because I worked on some of the sports shows. Mind you, I didn't know much about sports, I was just there working. But
what's a touchdown? What's defense and offense? What's that? What is it,
Right. Well, it looks like they're telling us to wrap up. You guys have to come back.
We will.
Yeah.
Of course.
We appreciate you guys coming, though.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. So you guys, thanks for coming to our show. And for you guys watching, stay tuned, because we'll be right back with SKP.
Parked far, far away from your class? Well, you could walk the whole way, or you could use the P Pickup. It's a free ride around campus for APSU students, faculty, and staff. You can ride the trolley from 7:30 in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. For more information, go to apsu.edu/SGA. A campus and community reminder from the Voice of Austin Peay, Clarksville's 91.9 FM.
Thanks for watching our episode today. We appreciate our viewers following through with us for our entire first season. Make sure you follow us for our second season also. And we hope you understand the importance of on-campus involvement, and we encourage everyone to be as given any given circumstance.
Be yourself in any given circumstance.
Yeah, because that's how we are, no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. So for you guys watching today, you can follow us on social media under the name APSU TV. That is on YouTube. You can find our episodes there. Or you can find us on social media, which is Facebook. We have Stephen Korean Perspectives. And then Twitter and Instagram is SKP Productions. So
See you guys next season. Happy holidays to everyone. Don't forget to send me Christmas present you can send to the comment department. And on that note, always remember to
Let's go P.